to set up a Google form for quiz. Then we'll also look at how to add a collaborator. Then we'll look at how to analyze your reports. These are the three things we are going to be taking a look at under Google Form. One, how to set up Google Form for quiz, how to put a collaborator, then how to analyze the report. So here you can see I believe you can all see what I'm sharing. If you can see, please type yes so that I know that everyone is on the same page with me. I needed to type yes in the chat box. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. Now, as you can see, I've signed into my email account. The first thing I need to go is to go to this part where we have all the Google Apps for Education. We have Google Apps for Education here. Then I go into my drive. When I go into my drive, all I can see is, okay, yeah, here I'm in my drive. Google Education has different apps. For instance, we have Google Form, we have Google Doc that acts like Microsoft, we have Google Sheet that acts like Excel, we have Google Slide that acts like PowerPoint presentation, we have Google Sites, like a website. You can design a website for your class in Google Google Site. Also, we have Google Drawing and many other functions on Google Education. So here I'm in my Google Drive. Google Drive serves as storing your cloud storage, where you can store so many things. You don't have to put them in your flash drive or your computer drive, because you can lose them at any time. All your pictures, I know I will advise you, if you have pictures on your phone that you think that they are taking too much space, you can upload them in your cloud. And when you lose your phone or lose your contacts, you can easily recall them when you have a new phone. So that is the purpose of your Google Drive. Then here I have new. When I click new, you can see Google Doc, Sheet, Slide, and I go to more. Now here is my Google Form. So here you can have blank form or form from a template. First, I'll go to the template and explain what you can see in the templates before we go into the blank form. So I have my template clicked. Now in your template, you can do so many other things. You can see, you can get customer feedback. This is a form on customer feedback. You can get event feedback. You can get contact from your students or from parents in your school. Then events and other things. After this, you can just go through this and see what you can do to align them with what you have in your school. But here I'm starting from a blank page. So I click the blank page to start afresh. Now here I have my Google form. Here I have, so this part is where I can get a logo. I'm going to explain all the features here before we commence, before we start setting questions. So I have customized a theme. If I click on this, it will help me to bring in a logo. If I have the school logo somewhere or image, I can easily upload from here. If I have it on my computer, I can browse and get it. But if I want to get image from Google, the ones that they have already done, I can just click any of this. Okay, I will use this. So I have the image here. Instead of the school logo, I have this. Then you can change the image as it suits the image. I mean, you can change the color as it suits the image here. Maybe this color will go or this, depending on your choice. Then after setting this, here, this part is where you preview what you have done. And this is a setting. I always like setting up my work before I start. So here, when you click setting, you have general. If you need them to sign up with their email address, so it will be compulsory. Google will make it compulsory for everyone to come in with their email. Just like you signed up for this program, email is very, very compulsory. So I take this part. Or if you don't want it, you can take it out. Then limits to one response. So you allow them to have just one response. If I am setting a test, I can limit them to answer just once. and they cannot edit after submitting. So I will just check that part. Then coming to presentation. So I want to give them show a progress bar as they are doing, as they are filling the forms, they can have a progress bar. Then here is the last message that they will get after submitting. For instance, I can say, okay, your paper has been submitted. So the student gets to know, okay, my paper has been taken. Then quizzes, which is very, very important. Very important. If you don't check these quizzes, you will not be able to assign points to each question. So it's always good to check this so that you'll be able to assign marks for each question they answer. Then here I have, do you want them to get the grade immediately, or you want them to get it later after you might have checked, then you can send it to their emails. Then this part is, okay, point values. They can see the correct answer. After they have picked the answer, submitted, they will see the correct answer. So you don't have to go back and start doing revision or other things. So after doing that, then you save. You save this. So I have it as a quiz. I've already set my work. Now, what is the title? Okay, let's say it's English. Or second term English. English test. Second term English test. What is the description? What are the instructions you want to give? Maybe answer all questions. Then here, I check the email. That's why you can see this part. So let's come down and start with the, let's start. Okay, here I have the first question. Now here you can say it can give you which ones you want. Do you want short answer? Do you want them to answer in paragraph? Do you want them to answer in multiple choice? Do you want it to check boxes or drop down, or you want to get a file in? Any of this will do. So if I have name, it automatically change to short answer, as you can see. So the next one, I want to add more questions. So I'll make this compulsory. So I'll just check it this way, make it compulsory, then add more question. Now take a look at this plus. You can use this to add more question. And this one to get to import questions. If you have questions already in your Google Drive, but it has to be in Google form, so you can import from here. And this one is to add title. This is to import to get image in. If you are, for instance, you are teaching science, you want to bring in image, you can use this to bring in image. Or you want to bring in a video, you can use this to bring in video from YouTube or from your file, from your computer. And this is for adding section. So here I want to add more question. I click the first one. So here, what is the synonym of tall? What is a synonym of tall? Now, as you can see, this is a multiple choice question. So here I come here and put short. Now use the arrow key to come down and put maybe sleep and maybe awake. Then what could be the synonym of tall? I'm thinking, because this is not a planned question. Okay, what could be the synonym of tall? Okay, I will use big. I can easily get synonym for big. So here I have huge. Now, after setting this up, what's the next thing? I need to add points. So here, look at answer key. Just click answer key. Then first you add points. Well, how many marks do you want for this? 1 mark. Then you have to check the answer. Which one is the answer? So that Google will understand which part you have chosen as your answer. So I check this huge, then I click done. Then make it compulsory with this, but this check. You check it to make it compulsory. So already Google identify that this is the answer. So if the student should answer the question and guess it wrong, he will not get the 1 point for this. So I want to add more question and get image into this. Then I want to drag in image. So I click here, import image. So this is question, sorry. For teachers of science, I want to get image. Where do you have the image? Do you have it in the, you want to take a photo, or you have a URL, or you have a photo, then, or you have it in your drive, or you want to search Google image. If I need to search Google image, that means I'm going online and put something, part of the body. Part of the body. Then it will search for part of the body. So that's as I double click this and it comes in here. When it comes in here, you can decide to ask question. So you can insert your question just the same way I did the first one. Then this one can be titled, give the function of, give the function of the eye. So you can do that and repeat the process I did in the first part. Then you have your question here. Then you put your multiple choice and the options in the button below. So here I have two questions, one for English and one for science. And remember, you can easily duplicate this, or you can delete. If you don't like it, you can delete and repeat the same process again. So here, if I want to add another section, if I'm done with this part, I need to add another section, then you click on this box, this image, then you will get a different section. Then you can see I've only added 1 point, but if the more points you add, it increases here. That's what you get. So let's see how it's going to look like before the students. When you click that, this is what the students will get. You can see if they answer this part, for instance, short, and enter their email address, without entering email, it will not be submitted. And without entering the compulsory part, it will not be submitted also. So I have this one done. So submit. Now it has been submitted, nothing else. They cannot come back and answer twice, depending on the setting you've given them. So I'm back to where I have it here. Now you can see the response of the student. The first response from the student, I click here to see how many students have answered. Now you can see this. You can do your learning analytics from here and see what they have done. All number of students, all the students that answered the question, you will see the number written here, and all the questions they answered. Then if you want to get a spreadsheet report on this, you just click on this. This is create spreadsheet. You can click it to create a spreadsheet. And if you are done with this question, you don't want them to answer this question again, just close it. Now you can see not accepting responses. So I can decide to close it. It will not receive response anymore. Then here I come here to get a spreadsheet. When you click on this to create a spreadsheet, you will get a spreadsheet for this form. Now you can see only one student answered this. Depending on number of students that answered and the question they answered, you get to see everything on this spreadsheet. And this is a spreadsheet you can send to the class teachers or anyone that needs to work on the result. So next is, how do you get a collaborator? How do you add others as collaborator? Now take a look at this send button, and I click this send button. I come down here, look at it, add a collaborator. If I click add a collaborator, it takes me to where I will add the email address of the person that I'm sending to, who is also going to have the same function like I do. It can edit, it can add more questions to it, it can remove some question and any other thing. That's what the collaborator does. So how do you send this question to your students? You can send it to them via email. You type their email addresses here, and you can decide to send a link to them. If I click on this, because it's a very long link, I can decide to make it very short. Then I copy the link and send to them. So that is how to set up quiz on Google Form. As we are doing it, as I'm teaching you, as I'm explaining, if you have any question, you can send it to the chat box. So quickly.